Filming outdoors. All right, so filming outdoors is obviously just one of those things that differs as far as what you can expect. You can expect so many different things when you go outside and you're at the whim of Mother Nature and cities and other people and just all kinds of things. When you film outdoors, you really need to take into account what can go wrong, and you need to make sure that when you have that what can go wrong list, that it also entails unexplainable shit and anything and everything. Okay, so understanding that and going in with your mindset of anything and everything go wrong and unexplainable shit is going to happen to me, that I'm just going to have to deal with. There's got to be some kind of um, planned design and setup to move through this as easily and as possible as you can, with also problem solving. You just have to become a problem solver. There are two different types of people when it comes to dealing with problems. Okay, there's reactionary people and there's premeditated people. Okay, now that doesn't mean you can't be both, and in fact you want to be both. But if you were on a film set with a film crew and one person was premeditative, right, and one person was reactionary, what position would you want to put them in? Would you want to put the reactionary person in charge of the entire production, or would you want to put the premeditated person in charge of the whole production? Would you want to put the reactionary person in charge of the camera, right? Or would you want to put the reactionary person in front of the camera? It's one of those dilemmas that you sit there and you say, it has to make sense business wise. Because if it's a business kind of thing, I would rather have somebody that was premeditative and trying to X all the, problems before they show up, in charge of the entire production. Why? Because they're the ones that are going to look at the big picture. They're the ones that are going to set me up for success. And if things go wrong, I would rather have the person that's going to adapt to the situation be the person that's with the camera, be the person that's the actor, be the person that's the director, because they're the ones that are going to be in the mud, in the dirt, doing it. So I need to make sure that those are the people that are not going to freak out and panic because it's not going according to plan, and that they're going to now alter, and they're now going to halt the production or cause more problems. They need to be able to solve problems. Now, if you're the same person and you're both of those, then you need to choose when and how you use it, right? How and when are you going to change into that person? When are you premeditative? When are you reactionary? You are premeditative when nothing has happened yet. Understand? You should not be reactionary before things happen. You should be premeditative before things happen. When things are happening, you should still be premeditative. Why? Because you're looking ahead. If you go into the production and you say, okay, we're on set, we're moving, and I can tell that one of the actors is really antsy, maybe it's a child, and they're already really antsy, they're not really feeling it so far. I'm trying to get them into it, but I can see things are not going so well, right? So I'm going to, before things get out of hand, I'm going to start trying to set things in place that are going to solve that problem. Whether we need to wrap them early, whether we need to shoot them first, whether we need to, whatever it's going to be, I'm going to start trying to figure that out before that becomes a problem. Premeditative, before. Reactionary, right? When it stops going to plan, when all of a sudden somebody gets hurt, when something goes wrong, when the camera overheats, when, whatever happens, that is when you need to switch and now alter the plan. Okay? And you need to alter the plan on a whim because something has now changed. If you are still trying to go to the plan, but the camera's turned off or the actor decided they needed to go to some emergency or whatever, and you're still trying to go to the plan's not going to work. Now you're just shooting yourself in the foot and you're just making things, you're just halting things when you need to be adapting things. You need to get emotions out of it. So when you're shooting outdoors and you're at the whim of everything and anything, that is where your focus needs to be. When you're making a movie, you're in a combat situation. And that's how you need to think of it. Every movie is a war, okay? Every scene is a battle. Now, if you talk to any veterans, right, they will tell you that as soon as you show up and that first shot is fired, or as soon as the plan just begins, it goes FUBAR, fucked up beyond all repair. It goes FUBAR, fucked up beyond all repair. All right? That means that you got to adapt, you got to change, you got to pivot, you got to do this. As soon as the plan goes, as soon as you start, hey, that plan is not going to work. It's going to be something else you're going to have to adapt, right? Adapt and conquer, right? So what that means is you need to have that understanding going into every single film that you go into. You're trying to win the war. Some battles you will lose, some battles you will draw, and some battles you will win. But they're going to be battles. As soon as you get onto that film set, things are going to go different. It's just a guarantee. It's because it's real life. On paper, it looks like this and this and this, but the truth is, it's never going to be so cut and dry. You might have a better outcome. It might be easier, or it might be harder, or it might just be slightly a little bit different. But it is extremely rare that it will actually go all to plan and work out just like that, how you planned it, no matter how many years of experience you have in this, because it's life, you know. So have that in your mind, right? You're a soldier. When you come in, this is what you're doing. This is why I have this. This dog tag is for filmmaking. This is a Danger Dog Productions. This is a Danger Dog Productions dog tag. This is for soldier. Every time that I go and I make a film, I'm a soldier. I'm going to war. I'm going to win this war. I lose some battles, I win some battles, but I'm going to win this war. And that's how you need to have it. And then when it's outdoors especially, you really need to take that into further consideration and really take that to heart, because now you're outside. Now you're on enemy territory. That's what you really need to think of it as. When you're in a studio, you control the whole thing. That's home plate. That's home base. But when you're outside, man, the wolves are right around you. Now you got to make things work against all odds. Win that battle. Win that war. Make that movie.